Welcome back to the NCHS Current Podcast. I'm reporter John Burke, and today I'm going to be breaking down some previews of the up-and-coming winter sports season with editor-in-chief Donovan West and sports editor John Frieders. The boys' basketball last year had an overall record of 9-12, barely missing out on playoffs. Now I'll be handing it over to you guys. What do you think?
Yeah, so this season the captains are senior Cy Akavamu, Max Sanseverino, Michael Smith, Luke Robinson, Tyler Furo, and Simon Chakharov. So that's a strong six-headed monster, one might say, at captain. And I think one thing about last season was they had many close losses, but a bunch of games that came down to the final play. And I think that's why the team is positive and hopeful for this upcoming season. I talked to Cy Akavamu, who said he hopes to contend for the FCIAC playoffs and hopefully win a SIAC championship.
Yeah, you talk about that team. Lots of senior experience, 6 senior captains is a lot of guys. They do lose Griffin Bramwitt at point guard. You know, he basically was the game manager the past couple of years in that point guard position, and it's hard to fill that role when you lose a guy like that who kind of controls the game, controls the tempo of the game as well as dishes the ball off the way he did. But you talk about bringing back that senior leadership. You've got a lot of good guys. You do have to keep in mind, though, most of them are coming off of that football season. Michael Smith, Luke Robinson, Simon Chakharov, those guys are all coming off a football season. The season ended just this past Saturday, so look for maybe a bit of a slower start as the season comes along. But once they kick it into full gear, you know, they have a good opportunity. The holiday tournament, they always do well in that tournament, and then it goes to tough FCIAC play. They start off with Staples on January 4th, which is a big game. So, you know, you got to win some of those early games, and the early season will be much different than the later season, I believe.
Thank you guys for listening to this podcast.